Hello, hello. I am Corey, the art archaeologist, and welcome to this treasure hunting Tuesday. So today I've got my little kitty litter container and one of my little Dollar Tree racks in here. And then I've got an assortment of Lindy stamp gang sprays, some Dylusions sprays, a couple distress stain sprays in here, and I've just got a total mix of greens and blues. This is the most red I have in here. This is kind of a rust. This is put on my glasses, Cajun Carmelian red. And the whole idea here was to just grab a bunch of random sprays. This is something I've had for a long time, Luminart, and it's Radiant Rain Shimmering Mist, and it's this really pretty blue color. So I'm just gonna take this assortment of sprays. I'm not even gonna look at what they are, and I'm gonna take my alum squirt bottle of water and spray my papers with this just to help the sprays bond to the paper so they'll stay long term. And then I've got, all of these are cut down to 8.5 by 11. I've got Canson watercolor paper. I've got just an inexpensive printer paper, little mini stack here. And then I've got a few Canson mixed media sheets, and I'm gonna start off to kind of sandwich them all together. Well, I'm gonna start the bottom layer with this watercolor sheet, and my idea is to just, I'm gonna squirt both sides because they curl if you don't. And my idea is to just come in and just give us a few little squirts of all different colors and stack them all up and walk away and let them dry for, I'm thinking, probably a week at least, however long it takes to get them entirely dry. And the fun in this for me is, you know, I tend to get so hung up on what color are you using, what product are you using, and all that's wonderful, but every now and then it's just fun to just take a mix and not really pay attention. These have I have a lot of trouble with these Lindy's sprays just because they've got micas in them. But the idea here is to just get some color on these sheets for background pages. I think I want to use these for doodling in the future. So I'm just going to continue to layer this entire stack. So let's go ahead and play some music and we'll get into this. And then real quick, what I'm going to do with each page is just spray it with alum and then flip it over and kind of try to line them up with one another. Just kind of have a real juicy mess going here, like I said. And then just totally bounce around with all these colors. I know you're supposed to swirl your Lindy's like that because if you shake it really hard, then the micas get caught up in the mixer. But if you've let these sit for a long time like I have, it's really takes forever to get them mixed. So, and I think I'm gonna have a lot of trouble getting it to work. Alright, so I'll just go ahead and play some music and you can watch for a few and then we'll do the reveal. Okay, so here's all these sprayed papers. I hope completely dried out. This one is really, I like it very much. I like all this texture in here, this runny, drippy texture, and there's so much shimmer too. And then here's the back side. All of these could use an ironing too, by the way they're kind of warped. So this is a beginning of something. The colors on this are really nice. So I could add some watercolor or something to that one. This one's pretty interesting. It's just an interesting way to get some background pages in a hurry. Just slap them all together. And then these were those kind of faded gray ones. This came out pretty, not a lot going on, but still I like the grungy look of this sheet. Here's the back side of that same sheet here. Pretty cool. Got this printer page and it's stuck. Oh, here's the back of it. Oh, I don't want to. Okay. Yeah, it's tearing up here, so I'm thinking maybe squirt it with a tiny bit of water. So there's something to be aware of while you're doing these, is the pages sticking together here. Get that water in there and see if that helps. No, it didn't. Okay, well, so the printer paper is sticking to the watercolor paper. This is so thick. This is watercolor paper here. Here's the other side of that. So it's the beginning of something. I'm not sure I'm too thrilled with doing it this way. Maybe spraying the pages individually is better. But I still think it's fun to explore and try different things. Now here's another printer sheet. Okay, they are peeling off pretty easily. Just gonna be oh so gentle. I really like the subtlety of this sheet here. That's quite nice. And then here's the back side of this sheet here. So you get quite the mirror image going on. A little different. And then here's the subtlety on this. This is pretty thick, so I'm gonna say this is watercolor paper here. Nice start to an art sheet. Some of them, it seems like the dye just didn't take to certain areas, but this is still another great start to a sheet here. I like this one, quite interesting. They're definitely sticking together. But they do peel apart pretty. Probably shouldn't speak too soon. Okay, there's a tiny bit of tearing going on. That's a real subtle, smoky, blurred background. This would be a great backdrop for some foliage or botanicals, because this looks like, you know, blurred foliage in the background. And then the front of this is really nice. I like that. Now shimmer, the shimmer doesn't translate exactly when you're printing these, scanning them and printing them, but it still does a great job. I've bought a lot of pages with metallics, all kinds of stuff like that, of paper kits on Etsy, and they don't exactly translate, but they translate beautifully. I've always had really happy results. Here's the back side of this one. Again, another great forest foliage background sheet. And then here's the opposite side. So it's like when you stack them, it kind of seems like one page leaches the color from the other page. So that is something to look out for with these, I'm finding. Oh, that's a nice subtle background. You really do get some subtle backgrounds with some subtle coloring, so I think they're useful. I'm not sure for what yet. I'll have to think about it for a while. I just wanted to really see if this would work. I'll tell you, all this sticking together of these sheets, I won't do it this way again. I really won't. Oh, that's gorgeous. See if I can get these two apart. Look at how pretty that is. That is really nice. I love that. That might be my favorite. I think I sprayed some white in here and it did some interesting things. Yeah, you know what I'm having the problem with here is the printer paper. So maybe, but then again, the watercolor paper is kind of leaching the color from the other sheets. So maybe you want to just try a consistent, just use one kind of paper throughout. But the printer paper is definitely sealing itself to the watercolor, and then this is mixed media, so it sealed itself to both kinds. This is gorgeous. I have a little tear in this sheet, but overall, wowee, what a beautiful sheet. And this is the printer paper here. I love both sides of this one. I actually should put that down here. So here's this side that matched that, and then here's this side that goes with this. So you get a nice variation of different colored sheets for sure. It's a little more whimsical than I normally do with my papers, but still oh so beautiful. I like these. I'm interested to see how they print. I really am, because there's a lot of shimmer in these. I hope the camera is picking up the shimmer. It's really lovely. Okay, now we're talking. I'm getting some more interest in here. And this is the brown, and I'm going from the top to the bottom, so it's the opposite of how I sprayed. And I really wasn't concerned, gorgeous, with keeping track of all the sprays, which if you're looking for specific results, you might want to really write down everything or label everything. I just wanted to see if I could get some nice background sheets. This is the mixed media paper here. I really love all the texture that came out here. And I'm not sure if that's the Dylusions mixing with the Lindy's or if it's the mixed media paper. So some further exploration of this technique would probably be great, like maybe just doing one kind of paper like I was saying. So this has some really nice veining in it and more texture, just a lot to work with. I have to say, I'm pretty happily surprised with these. Lots of texture and movement going on in here. And then the page rippled right here. So I think that what you're seeing right there, the ripples can be ironed out and not show up. Okay, this is printer paper. And I am finding if you just kind of pull on it, it comes apart pretty well. Okay. The printer paper really held all of the media beautifully. It's got beautiful shimmer, nice texture, lots of color. Now this is watercolor paper, this sheet here, and it's definitely got some sticking issues. Oh, we're getting into the greens and blues. Okay, let me just flip that over. Oh, we've got a couple here to go through. Okay, so I did a couple printer papers together, and they came apart from each other pretty easily. They did stick, but they came apart easier. So they do come apart quite easy. So let's start. Here's this watercolor sheet that we were just seeing, and then here's the back side. Again, these would really be nice for some forest paintings. I may have to do some on these. The white is interesting. The white almost looks like the paper has been scraped away there. That is not from pulling the papers apart, believe it or not. That is from the white ink. So I'm not sure I like the results of that. And then these two were on top here. These are really, I like these very much. They definitely need to be ironed. There's a lot of rippling and buckling going on. And by the way, the thinner your paper with anything like this, eco dyeing, anytime you're getting it super wet with any kind of media, you're gonna have buckling issues with this printer paper because it's just thinner. Oh, we've got some lovely texture. Looks like some of the blue spray kind of pulled apart from itself. Really beautiful. Really beautiful. And then I didn't use any plastic wrap, cling wrap, but it kind of resembles that texture that you get from cling wrap in there. Love that sheet. Oh, this one's very whimsical. This could be used for like an underwater scene. This really looks like water to me. Whimsical, a whimsical water background. Lots of shimmer. Oh, and this side is really nice too. I'm thinking even some pen work of botanical drawings would be really beautiful on these as well. I'm a fan of pen work. I know not everyone is. Okay, now we're down to our last sheet. So here's the back side of that one. This almost looks like seaweed growing up out of the ground under the water, something like that, some kind of underwater botanicals. And then we got our barbecue sheet, as much as I try to avoid those. But it's okay because we got a really nice collection of papers here. There is a lot in here. So I hope you give this a try, and as always, I invite you to subscribe to my channel here. I'm always doing fun treasure hunting Tuesdays, and I've got some really exciting art excavations coming up in the near future. So click that subscribe button, and it really helps me a bunch if you click like too. It helps me show up on the YouTube algorithm. So thank you so much for stopping by, and I will see you next time. Have a great day.